It is now safe to drink up. Exactly almost 48 hours after a boil water advisory that impacted most of New Orleans was issued, it has been lifted. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Bartolotta.
And I'm Cherise Gibson. This afternoon, 2 water samples came back positive for bacteria. Those were in the Holly Grove and Tulane Gravier neighborhoods.
That prompted the advisory to remain in effect on the East Bank and more samples to be collected. Just a few hours ago, though, those samples came back clear.
Lily Cummings joining us now in studio with more on what those tests found and how the boil order was finally canceled, Lily.
Well, Devin and Cherise, this good news came in around 7:30 tonight, and I talked with WWL's medical expert about why additional testing was needed.
Wednesday afternoon, the Sewerage and Water Board reported the results of nearly 100 water samples. 2 came back positive for total coliform. WWL Louisiana's health expert, Dr. Corey Hebert, says it's a type of bacteria.
They are basically indicator bacteria to show that there is some mild contamination. E. coli is a coliform bacteria, but not all coliform bacteria are E. coli.
The utility says both samples tested negative for E. coli and that total coliform itself is not harmful.
Please do what the authorities tell you to do. Follow the guidance. Don't just start watching videos on bacteria.
The utility consulted with the state health department and says all samples need to be negative before the advisory could be lifted. Meanwhile, all West Bank samples were clear. Dr. Hebert says he's seen people get sick from pathogenic bacteria such as E. coli. Symptoms to watch for include diarrhea, vomiting, nausea, and fever. If you have blood or mucus in your stool, you should go to the ER.
The advisory is an advisory for a reason, folks. Okay? Do what they tell you. Don't think it's no big deal, but don't think it's too big of a big deal, because we're telling you that there is no really bad pathogenic bacteria. There are none in the water supply. But do what they tell you to do. Boil the water as necessary.
Well, Sewerage and Water Board does recommend flushing your internal and external plumbing by running water for several minutes if you have not used your tap water since this advisory took effect. Devin?